Uluru-Kata Tjuta National Park is a park in the southern portion of the Northern Territory of Australia, part of the so-called Red Centre of the continent. The national park is a UNESCO World Heritage Area. It is best known for Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, a single massive rock formation, and also for Kata Tjuta, also known as the Olgas, a range of rock domes. Both Uluru and Kata Tjuta are considered sacred places by the Aborigines. The land is owned by the Anangu, leased by the government and jointly managed by the Anangu and the Australian Parks and Management Services, and visitors will notice efforts throughout the area to include and encourage respect for the Anangu perspective on the land. Much of Kata Tjuta is off limits, for example, and climbing Uluru is strongly discouraged by signposts. The Anangu people have connected to the area for thousands of years. Some records suggest they may have been there for more than 10,000 years. On an expedition in 1872, the explorer Ernest Giles saw the rock formation from a considerable distance, although he did not reach the base. Giles described it as the remarkable pebble. In 1873, the surveyor William Goss followed his footsteps and reached the rock. He chose to name it in honor of the Chief Secretary of South Australia, Sir Henry Ayers. Giles himself chose to name the domes nearby for Olga, the Queen of Württemberg. The names Uluru and Kata Tjuta come from the local Anangu people and respectively mean Earth Mother and many heads. Uluru is one of Australia's best-known natural features, the long domed rock having achieved iconic status as one of the symbols of the continent. The rock is a so-called monolith, that is a single piece of rock or a giant boulder, extending about 5 kilometers beneath the desert plain and measuring 3.6 by 2.4 kilometers at the surface. It rises 348 meters above the plain, 862.5 meters above sea level, and has a circumference of 9.4 kilometers. Some say that Uluru is the biggest of its kind, others say that Mount Augustus in Western Australia is bigger. Whatever the case may be, standing in front of Uluru and seeing its massive bulk rise above the flat plain surrounding it, it is nothing less than impressive. The rock undergoes dramatic color changes, with its normally terracotta hue gradually changing to blue or violet at sunset to flaming red in the mornings as the sun rises behind it. The rock also extends some 1.5 miles underground. The Anangu Aborigines believe this space is actually hollow, but it contains an energy source and marks the spot where their dream time began. They also believe that the area around Uluru is the home of their ancestors and is inhabited by many ancestral beings. Thanks for watching this episode of VideoVoyage.TV. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on these social networks. If this stuff was valuable for you, please help others finding it by sharing it on your social networks. Thanks again and see you next time.